I am Jim Bob, and welcome back to F1 Manager 23 Hardcore Series. Tonight, we are heading to the Temple of Speed, Monza, for the Italian Grand Prix. And we are yet to win at this circuit, despite it being a circuit that does favour our car in the last couple of seasons. You know, we've had a car that's been very quick. Last year, we had a rocket ship of a car in terms of speed. Took it in the corners, but it was mighty quick in a straight line. And I just couldn't quite get the win last year. It eluded us this year, with our car being more balanced and a little bit better, and our drivers being a little bit better. I'm a bit more hopeful. We've already racked up 9 wins now this season in 14 races, which is phenomenal. So I'm really hoping that we can get our first win at Monza tonight. We are going to have some new parts on the car as well, just to try and hopefully make things a little bit easier. We're going to have new rear wings and new chassis. The chassis was supposed to go on the car, or at least on one of the cars in the last race, but not to do that. So we've got that on now. Chassis 4, now you can see. We've got 2 of them, and it is installed on both cars. And we're just waiting for that second rear wing, which should be ready in the next day or so. So let's go ahead and advance a little bit of time. And we should now have that rear wing available for Oscar as well. And we do, and we have a spare as well. So it's not a huge improvement, this rear wing, because our car is already very far along in the development cycle. So we're kind of just getting to that point of the law of diminishing returns, where we're not getting major improvements with each subsequent upgrade. But it will give us a touch more speed, a bit more DRS, and as you can see as well, a little bit more downforce, and more importantly, a decent little bump in our dirty air, which is something that we do need to improve on. So let's see what our car looks like as we prep for today's race. Well, we have resumed or regained top spot as the fastest car. We were pipped to that by Williams in the last race. We do now have top speed again, and our cornering has improved a little bit again against the rest of the grid. So we're in that kind of fine margins phase, where just a little improvement can move you up in the rankings quite a bit, which is why our grid has been so close this year in some ways. Obviously, for the first part of the season, we had a decent little advantage. That has started to go as other teams have caught us up. But on a whole, the grid has been relatively close. We've had some races where it's been very difficult to break away from anybody. You know, there's been long DRS trains. So this will certainly help us a little bit more. There you can see the actual values. We are just a touch behind the dirty air tolerance, maybe 0.5%, 0.6%, not much at all. We're going to take a look at some other teams tonight as well and see how they are looking in terms of speed, etc. And it's definitely something that we do need to factor in. How you doing, Victor? How you doing, Sidhu? So we'll start with Ferrari. It's their home track, and they are a full kilometre an hour slower than us. That is quite bad. Acceleration isn't great. Their DRS isn't great either. And they are behind a decent amount in each of the cornering areas as well. I mean, the dirty air is pretty close, 1.5%, but yeah, it's not a great car. And you can see there reflected, they are actually the slowest car in terms of top speed on the grid. Yeah, that's quite bad. Let's take a look at McLaren. McLaren's second slowest car in terms of top speed, and second slowest in terms of acceleration as well. They're the worst in the low speed, which will hurt them in the chicanes, Medium speed is pretty poor. High speed's a bit average. Decent dirty air. Can't rule them out. We've seen Norris has been quick recently, despite the limitations of the car. He is an excellent driver. It's quite a heavy car as well. Look at that. They are 17.2 kilos over in terms of weight. They've got an extra 12 kilos on us. That will definitely hurt them. Let's take a look at Mercedes, who've been having the worst season ever. And their acceleration is abysmal. Slowest accelerating car. Not a great top speed. Pretty bad DRS. Downforce is shockingly bad. Look at that. 19th in medium and high speed. They are the worst team on the grid for medium and high speed downforce. To be worst in one of those is not great. To be worst in both of those is terrible. Especially with some of the tracks that we've got coming up. This one included. And low speed isn't that much better. Only 15th. So it just shows how bad a season they are having. That's why they've only got 3 points this year. There's Alpine, very good in the corners and the dirty air. That's a significant dirty air performance there. Lacking a little bit in the speed and the acceleration and DRS. Williams were the quickest car last time out in terms of top speed, just pipping us. We have reclaimed that position. We have got the better acceleration, slightly better DRS. So very close in the top part there, the velocity area, but we do have a nice little advantage in the cornering. So Williams had better drivers. They would be up there as well, but I think we'll be okay in terms of Williams. Take a look at Haas. Haas have also got a pretty quick car. We've seen Porsche and Maloney to a lesser degree have had some good results from time to time. Their cornering isn't too bad. 4th, 9th and 15th. Very good in the dirty air as well. So got to keep an eye on Haas in terms of Porsche. He might possibly be a factor this weekend. Obviously that's us. Alfa Romeo have got a decent car. We've seen Hajar has been able to put in some strong performances. There you can see they are just a little bit behind us in terms of top speed. Not far off at all. Although the acceleration isn't great. They do have good high-speed performance that will help them round corners like the Parabolica and through Ascari tonight. And then Aston Martin. They've been a strange team recently. Stroll and Gasly have both had moments this season where they've been very slow. They've also had moments where they've been insanely quick. Gasly in particular, the last couple of weekends, has been a driver to watch out for. They do have very strong high-speed performance. And pretty good in the medium as well, but just lacking a little bit in terms of top speed. We can't discount them. They will potentially be a threat tonight, especially with DRS. And so last but not least, let's check out Red Bull, the team that we are scrapping with for the titles. They do have an edge in the low and medium speed corners. We have the edge in the high speed. They're better in dirty air tolerance. We are quicker at top speed, better acceleration, much better DRS. So on paper, you've got to say that we are the favourites for tonight's race. And I like that. That is good. It's nice to be the best. So let's set some targets for tonight. How you doing, Baron? It's good to see you. So the incentive tonight is 1 to qualify in the top 4. I'm hoping we can get a 1-2, but it's a circuit of incredibly fine margins in qualifying. So I'm going to be a little bit more cautious in my optimism. We should get both cars into Q3 quite comfortably. We should easily get both into Q2. But whether or not we can get a double front 2 in the top 4 or not, we'll see. Fastest lap is the incentive. We will try and get that. Finish position, I'm going to try and get 2 in the top 4. Still never won around this circuit. Finish position, 2 in the top 6 for 2 races. We're halfway through that. Should be able to complete that tonight. And we are nearly halfway through our quali streak. 2 in the top 8 should be achievable tonight. We will be doing slipstream qualifying, so hopefully we can pull it all together when it counts. And with that, I think we are ready to head to Monza.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, with the Italian Grand Prix. We return to Monza, the temple of speed. The loyal tifosi are gathering in hopes of a homecoming victory, but everyone here is united to watch Formula One cars roar around the lowest downforce circuit on the calendar. Monza, a centurion among circuits, dripping with motorsport history. Expect to see cars fly by as 80% of the track is tackled at full throttle. It's not all go, however, and brakes can be prone to overheating through the tight chicanes that Monza has to offer.
It's Alpha Tauri at the top of the constructors' standings, and 15 rounds in, the teams are still fighting hard for every last point.
Let's get on with the weekend.
So I did say we would put Ollie in the car tonight. Let's make sure we do that. So we want to run him with medium tyres. Save those softs for quali and the race. It is ATA weekend, so we've got different tyre allocations this weekend. We want 19 laps for Monza. And let's look at the setup. We want, let's go with a 0.5 and 9, do 8. Oh man, that's right on the edge of the straights. That's going to be tight. A 2.9 and a 0.5. There we go. Let's put in some older parts for practice. ERS, we'll go with the older ERS as well. And drop down to that gearbox. Okay, that car is set. We'll go with hard tyres for Oscar. That engine. That ERS. And we'll have to stick with that gearbox. Right, setup for Ollie. We'll go a little bit different. We'll go with a 2 on the front wing. Not Ollie, sorry, Oscar. A 9 on the rear. A 1.9. A 3.0 and a 1. There we go. And let's send them to the track. What season am I currently in? In terms of the hardcore series, season 5, but we did do 2.5 seasons before we started this as well. So technically, we're around about the end of season 8 in terms of how much we've been playing this game.
Radio check.
Yeah, radio check again.
Okay, mate, loud and clear there.
Radio check.
Yeah, copy, same. Watch those curbs.
Copy.
A bit less curb.
Yep, copy.
So, boys are off and running. Doubt we're going to hit 100% on the car park knowledge tonight. But if we can at least close it back up towards the top, that would help. So we are running, as I say, 2 new parts tonight, new chassis and new rear wings. Neither giving us a huge performance gain, but combined, they have made us the fastest at top speed again, which is always nice. Evening, Mr. Water. I see you started dabbling in F1 Manager last night. All right, feedback is incoming. %96% for Ollie. That's not bad. It's not bad. Let's call him in, make those changes.
I'm happy with it.
Copy that, mate. How was that run?
97 for Oscar. That's glorious. Right, so just the front wing that needs to change, along with the braking stability. If I go with that, and then let's bump that up by 1 as well. Actually, that might be enough. Probably won't be. I'll overcorrect. We'll go that way. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll let Oscar complete his run. We don't need to do full runs with Ollie as a test driver and reserve driver. All he needs to do is just get the car set up. He doesn't need a huge number of laps to hit his limit for XP boost. I think it's only like 22, 23 laps, something like that in total. Again, varying by circuit, but... Alright, so Oscar is in. And it's the front wing and the cornering that needs to change. I'm going to drop the front wing down by 1. I think, maybe. Actually, let's go... Yeah, let's try going back 1. Let's try that. Actually, no, that doesn't really need to be that much of a change, does it? Only something needs to have the slightest little movement. I'm gonna make that change the camber. Hopefully that's not going to break the traction. That's quite close. And we'll try... We'll try that. Even running older parts with low pace settings, we're still not the slowest car. That is Valtteri Bottas. That again just shows just how bad Mercedes are this year. They really are terrible.
Okay, comments on balance, please.
And there we go. Ollie is now at 100%, so we can call that car in. He's got enough laps in to get his drive development boost. Job is done for him, and that car is now ready to hand over to Schumacher for FP2.
And here we've got a yellow flag.
Spin for Zane Maloney. Just dropping it there at the second chicane.
How does it feel?
97 again for Oscar. So we fixed something and broke something else. So that's a bit frustrating. Again, we'll let him finish his run. And that is the end of free practice 1. Okay, so what changes do I need to make to Oscar's car? So the front wing is off. Okay, well, let's work on that basis. See if that's going to do it. I'm going to run for 30 laps. On medium tyres. Mix in the car, setup is perfect, so we're going to run it for the entire session. We're running for 42 laps worth of fuel. That should get him to the flag. And off we go.
There's something wrong. We need to stand by.
F1 back this weekend, heading to Japan. It's so weird going to Japan this early in the season. For so many years, it used to be the end of the championship. And then Brazil was the end of the championship for a while. Now it's been Abu Dhabi ever since Abu Dhabi came along.
How's the car?
All right, 96%. So we actually made the car slightly worse. Let's call him in.
Oscar pit lane.
Okay then. That didn't do it. And it broke the front wing. So it's got to be a 2.5 then. It's got to be. There you can see Porsche currently third fastest at the moment. Again, you can't read too much into practice times, but I did say that we might have to be watching out for Haas tonight, and that is a strong indicator. Gasly's up there, Vachor's up there. It's going to be very fine margins in qualifying. Slipstream runs, a clean slipstream run is going to be crucial for pole position tonight. Anyone gets held up on a qualifying run is almost certainly screwed, unless they can somehow get a clean run in somewhere else in the session.
We've got a yellow flag here.
Spin for Esteban.
We can take a look
again
now.
At the second chicane.
Right, so this was the fourth corner. And the controls
Same mistake that Maloney made.
Dearie me, you don't want to be doing that.
Come on, give me the 100. Give me the 100. There we go. Beautiful stuff. Been waiting for that. So we'll call him in. And now we just need to get track knowledge up now for both cars. Car part knowledge is steadily increasing as well. That's up to 83%. That's excellent. We've gained 16% so far. We were on 67 at the start of the session, I think. Start of FP1. We can get it up to about 90, 92. I'll be happy with that. Because then we will be able to get it to 100 by the time we get to the race in Marina Bay, which is where we're heading after Monza. That extra little bit of downforce definitely going to help us there. So, hard tyres were used by Mick in the last session, so it's mediums again in this one. We've already used the hard tyres in practice 1 and then mediums in practice 2, so mediums again for Oscar in this session. And it's time to get that knowledge up. So we're going to go 26 laps of fuel. Bit more for Mick. He's got to run quite long, so we're going to go with 36 laps of fuel. Hopefully that will be enough.
That's green light. Helps when you stay on the track there.
Ah, mistake for Oscar.
Now there's the car of Piastri.
Running wide at the first Lesmo there.
Oh no, that's not quite what they would have wanted. Well, hopefully not a sign of things to come.
Has he damaged the car? No, he hasn't damaged it on the floor. That's good. Times are slow, but again, we're not really worried about times. We're just getting those bits of knowledge up. Oscar may not make it now. And he should do, according to the prediction. But we're going wide, and making that mistake when he did certainly hurt his development curve slightly. Actually, no, I think he got away with it. Gasly looking very quick at the moment, topping the session ahead of the two Red Bulls. And there we go. We're done with Oscar. Mick should get the car part knowledge up to 90% before he finishes his run. There we go. That puts us in a good, strong position. Confidence should be somewhere around about 97, 98% going into this weekend, I think. Maybe 99 if we're really lucky, but I think 98 is going to be the limit. And that's Mick done as well. So our cars are prepped and ready. 97% driver prep. And I need to think about how we're going to approach strategy. It's going to be a one-stop race. I don't know where to start, on the softs or the mediums. I think we started on the mediums last year. I'm going to start on the softs this year, I think. Try and get that launch and then just really protect those tyres. Sit in the train just behind the lead. Keep the car nice and prepped and ready, and then pounce when we have a little bit of a tyre advantage. Or we could just absolutely go hell for leather at the start. Maybe even think about a two-stop. I don't really want to think about a two-stop. I just don't think we'd have the pace. It's so hard to break away from cars around this track and stay ahead. Right, here comes quali.
We're moving on now to the all-important qualifying session.
Alternative tyre allocation rules apply this time round. That means each team has to tackle Q1 on the hard compound tyres, Q2 on mediums, and Q3 on softs.
Now, there's been a bit of talk lately about Oscar Piastri. Karun, how's he been doing?
Well, Crofty, here is a driver who's just oozing confidence right now. We could see the impact it's having, and I'm sure that'll carry through to qualifying.
Hold on tight, because we're getting underway.
Right then, have to use the hard tyres in Q1. We are going to go with the other brand new engine tonight. Right, let's go brand new everything. Apart from Vegas, there are no other tracks this quick. By the time we get around to Vegas, everyone's power units will be a little.
Green light.
So we've got Valtteri coming out right behind us on track. We're going to close proximity for the first lap and then switch them over on the cool down lap. And then that should be enough to get us through comfortably with both cars.
Yeah.
Perez is out early as well. The only thing that's going to scupper this is if we hit traffic. Here comes Max.
Good space at the moment. Alright mate, let's go. Nice big gap ahead. So go one, go one.
Huge slipstream gain through Curva Grande there. Into the Lesmos. And now this fast sort of downhill run with a little uphill flick at the end into Ascari. So, what do we do? Let's have a look. 2/10 quicker. So, it was a 1:19.8, 1:19.7. Yeah, 1:19.792 there for Oscar. A 1:20.004 for Mick. And he will definitely improve on this lap. Not sure if Oscar will, but Mick definitely will. A little cool down of the tyres. And recharging of the batteries before we go again. Just checking with Max as he's moved past Charles Leclerc on the run to Ascari. Leclerc on his outlap. How quick is Max tonight? 3/10 slower than Oscar. So about a tenth slower than Mick at the moment. Mick's a little bit too close, ideally, but it'll do.
So track is clear. We're happy for you to push now.
Let's take advantage of this clean air. Let's go.
No problems getting past the McLaren of Norris there. He's coming out of the pits. Alpine gets out of the way on his sights. The Williams in front of us is on an on a quick lap, so we won't worry about catching him. No improvement for Oscar, not surprising, but we are seeing the improvement from Mick, which is what we needed. And he is a little bit too close. You can see he's all over the back. There's nowhere for him to really go. He's gone purple in the middle sector. Leclerc pops up between the two of us. So quick run for Leclerc. This should put Mick top. Well, puts him second. Did not improve in the final sector there.
Cool as much as you can.
Copy.
But that's enough. We are through. So now it's a question of everyone else.
We will box at the end of this lap.
Copy.
Let's see. Russell, is he on a flying lap? No, he's still in the garage, hasn't left yet. Here's Norris starting his flying lap. What kind of pace has he got tonight? Stroll is currently 7th, a second off the pace. He might have been held up though. He was running a little bit behind us, so it's entirely possible he got caught up by the Alpine that we managed to successfully negotiate. And now George Russell finally makes his way out of the pits. The second Ferrari getting ready for its first attempt. God, imagine the Tifosi must be miserable right now. Their cars have not been doing all that well the last couple of seasons. Porsche moves out of the way. Real risk that we might actually get in the way of Norris here. No, we get out of the way. And what kind of pace can we see from this McLaren? 5th place, not too bad. Not too bad at all.
Good entry.
Pit limiter on. We'll be stopping in front of the garage.
Is that Gasly on a flyer? No, Gasly still yet to leave the pits. Let's keep an eye on Porsche. He was quick in practice. This is his first flying run. into the Parabolica to close the lap off. And that's good enough for 7th, but it's still a little way off. George Russell has got some traffic in front. That's Gasly right in front of us. Moves out of the way. The Alfa Romeo might be a problem though. No, that gets clear as well. I don't think Russell's compromised there. He has been the quicker of the two Ferraris. Got an excellent 4th place in the last Grand Prix at Zandvoort. And he's good enough for 5th so far. 4/10 quicker than Perez. So we're going to speed time up now for the final runs of the first session. Gasly, where's Gasly gone? He's not through at the moment. Both of the Astons are in trouble. And here is Gasly making his way back out. Stroll is still in the pits. He's got to be coming out any moment now, surely. Yeah, there he is. So it'd be a huge shock if both of the Astons do not get through. They have had some very strong pace in recent races. Gasly in particular has been on a bit of a tear. He was very quick at Silverstone and Hungaroring. He was blisteringly quick in Spa. Where is Stroll in all that mess? There he is. Is he tucked up behind the McLaren? Oh, he is. Is that Ocon? It is. Oh, that's not good. Gasly goes purple in the first sector. He's getting a slipstream from the Alpine. So this could be a mighty lap for Gasly. Stroll is tucked up right behind Ocon, and that could really hurt him because Ocon has not been quick either. So if Ocon doesn't get a clean, a fast lap, Stroll is out. And Gasly goes quickest, albeit with that slipstream. Look at the difference in time. And 1:19.6, that is mighty quick. 2/10 around here is a lot. All right, Ocon and Stroll, there they are. And Ocon's not improving. Stroll is trying to find a way through, and this is hurting both of them because they're squabbling with each other. Neither driver could get through at this rate. Neither of them have got any improvement so far. I think they're both going out. Unless they do something superb here. They both improved their final sectors, but they're both out. Ocon, I kind of not surprised to see that. Stroll, he got stuck behind Ocon, and that was it. That was the end of his chances. Hajar is finishing a cool-down lap, I think, so Hajar is out as well. That's a surprise. He's been mighty quick this season for sure, and he just gets through. Zhou is out. Bottas did get through, so we're saying goodbye to Zhou, Hajar, Maloney, Ocon, and Stroll. All right, into Q2. Medium tyres, the order of business this time. We're going to do things a little differently here. We're going to do 2 separate runs.
Should be green now.
This time we've got a little bit more of a gap between the two, which means there should be more room to close up.
Concentrate on those tyres and brakes.
Okay.
So let's just focus on the tyre temps then.
Yep.
It all depends on whether that gap stays larger. If it closes up before they start their flying lap, then it could be a problem, because we've seen how quickly the car can close up through Curva Grande after the first chicane. And when they get too close, then for the rest of the lap there's no further real ground that the car behind can make up. So you lose the benefit of the slipstream run. It can be tricky trying to manage the gap, make sure that it's just big enough that you get a strong slipstream so that you can close up, but you don't want it to be too close, because then you'll close it too quickly and you've got no further closing up that you can do to really get the full benefit and go like half a second plus quicker than your teammate.
Just clear air in front. Let's go.
I think this should be good.
Charge off and push next lap.
You've got a good gap ahead. We're happy to push again.
Again, you can see closing up through Curva Grande, but definitely a little bit further back than the first run we did in Q1 on the hards. Mick's slightly quicker in the middle sector there. But Oscar got a mighty run out of Ascari there. And that's the half a second that I was looking for. 1:19.3 for Oscar. Excellent stuff. So peak confidence for both drivers. They will be quicker in various parts of the track on the next lap. Oscar might have the chance to go purple in the middle sector. Mick will certainly be purple in the first and third. There's Alex Albon setting his first time. And it's 1.3 seconds slower than Oscar. Bottas 9/10 slower, half a second behind Mick. It's not a bad run for Bottas, really, considering the state of that Mercedes. Max now getting ready, no, Max, sorry, Leclerc getting ready on his lap. You can see he's just coming out the second Lesmo now on his out lap. Giovinazzi, the only car on a flying lap right now, just going into the first chicane. It's going to have a couple of cars to pass through Curva Grande. 3 cars, 2 Ferraris and an Alpine. Now we just got to try and time this right. Max is making his way out. See if we can get a tow with Oscar on the back of Max. Mick can get a tow off the back of Oscar, and hopefully we can have a really, really quick lap for both drivers. Giovinazzi ends up in 4th place. I expected more from him. Here's Charles Leclerc. I don't think Mick is close enough actually to get the slipstream. Might have misjudged that a little bit, but he should still be quick enough to get through anyway. Gasly goes second. Nearly a tenth quicker than Mick. Leclerc goes into 5th place. Oscar's definitely going to get a tow, I think. Oh, the Ferrari coming through is going to change things. Another Ferrari coming through, and an Alpine as well. Oscar is now on a flying lap, so
we can go.
He's tucked up right behind Max here. Unfortunately, though, Mick is in no man's land.
Start.
And I don't think Oscar's going to improve because he's going to be squabbling. But if this distraction puts off Max, there's a chance that it might stop him from progressing. Who knows? Mick should find an improvement anyway because he is on that higher confidence. Evening, Derek. Yeah, I didn't want to say anything about your difficulty there, Mr. Watt. I saw you went easy. I'm like, oh, come on. You've been watching me play this game for 2 years now. Surely you must have gleaned enough to be able to at least start on standard. Mick goes purple in the middle. Again, he's very quick in that middle sector today. He's got a mighty braking stat, which is probably helping. Oscar all over the back of Max. This has compromised Max a little bit. No improvement for Oscar, but Max is still quick enough for P3.
Currently,
Only just from Mick, who is improving.
Copy.
And Mick goes top. Wow.
Sat in P1.
Did not expect that. Okay, so that is
Very good job.
that is us through. We don't need to run again.
Copy.
Let's speed time up for the final runs. We will obviously try and focus on Max. He is the car that we're fighting with in the championship. Leclerc is on a flyer. He's had a little bit of traffic to negotiate. Shouldn't be a problem for him though. Russell currently in the drop zone. Expecting an improvement from him. Leclerc does not improve. Russell's got clean air. Can Ferrari get both of their cars through? Perez has found an improvement in the first sector. So is for sure. Max now starting his flying lap. Just coming through Parabolica. Perez up in the middle as well. George has done an identical first sector time, which is why there's no colour. Middle sector splits. Not improved in the middle. Could George be going out here? You'll have got a little bit of a toe from that McLaren there. Oh no, it wasn't a McLaren, that was Leclerc. You'll have got a little bit of a toe from Leclerc on the run up to the Parabolica. And he has improved, he's up to 7th. Perez in 5th. Here comes Max. Who else is trying to improve? Porsche. Where is Porsche? There's Porsche. He's got Magnussen and Gio both improving as well, or both trying to improve. Leclerc is not safe. There's 3 cars trying to improve. That's enough to knock Leclerc out if they all manage it. Porsche does not improve. If the Williams can pull out something special here. No. Leclerc is safe. Magnussen rockets all the way up to 5th. And Leclerc just hangs on. So we're going to lose both the Alpines of Sainz and Albon, and Porsche, Bottas, Giovinazzi completes the 5 eliminated at the end of Q2. Final qualifying session. We've got soft tyres. We've got 3 sets, and then we've also got... Well, that set's been returned. So these are the 3 sets that we've got for the entire weekend. And we're going to one stop, so theoretically we've got 2 sets of tyres that we can use here. Not sure if we will. I am going to try and do a 2-lap run at the start of the session, and then do a 1-lap run at the end, and give the slipstream on that to whoever needs it.
Should be green.
Let's get those brake tanks warmed up.
Copy. So we need to be working on the tyres.
Copy.
Yeah, Ferrari on easy would not have been anywhere close to being a challenge there, Mr. Water. Red Bull might have been quicker than you for the first few races, and then you would have cakewalked the rest of the season. Right, both Ferraris are out. Magnussen is out. No Red Bulls yet. I'm a little worried we might get held up. There's going to be a whole slew of cars about to exit the pits. Can we get clear?
Clear track ahead. Gonna push next lap.
You're clear? We're going to go.
Yes, we can. Here comes Leclerc, making his way out of the box. Okay, you can see we close up dramatically through Curva Grande. Oscar is mighty through that first corner, that first sector there. And this is where Mick has been very quick all weekend through this middle sector here. Oscar has pinched it this time though. This is going to be an all-purple lap for Oscar. So, what pace have we set? 1:18.9. 0.6 quicker than Mick. And there's no one behind that's close to catching us on a flying lap. Gasly in front is on an outlap as well, so we haven't got to worry about him getting in the way when we do our next flying run. So we've got a real chance here to set blisteringly quick times. Magnussen is 1.5 seconds slower than us. Perez is third. He's 0.9 away from Oscar's pole lap there. I think the only way we're going to be challenged is with a slipstream. Who is tucked up behind Max? It's for sure. For sure could get a monster slipstream here. We've got to follow this. Russell goes up to third, 6/10 off.
So we should be good on traffic. Push when you're ready.
Clear track ahead. And good to push next lap.
We start our second flying run. This is to give Mick the slipstream behind Oscar. This should be a purple lap for Mick. For sure, is still close. He's still going to get a mighty slipstream. Leclerc pops up into second place. Only 3.5 tenths slower than Oscar. Max goes fifth for sure. Did not get as much of a boost as I thought he would, but he's still in seventh place, ahead of Norris and Magnussen. Oscar went purple in the middle there. That's crazy. Ferrari moves out of the way. Mick should get purple in the final sector. He's improved in the first and the middle. And 3/10 the difference. So we will be giving Mick the slipstream in the final run. Confidence level is slap bang in the middle of peak for Oscar. Full peak confidence for Mick. That will degrade a little bit, but they will be peak when they make their final run. And we lock out the front row here. We do have the lap record here, I believe, from 2 seasons ago. Yes, Oscar, 120.889. I think we had the pole as well, but I can't remember what qualifying time we set. I would love there to be more stats. Historical stats in this game, you know, not just previous winners, but previous poles as well. You know, fastest pole position lap ever, you know, as well as the lap record. I'd love to see a stat tracker at the end of the tabs that shows all of our results for the season. That we could tab year on year as well, so we could see how we did in previous years. Gasly up to 5th, so Max down is 6th place right now. Although I'm expecting a little bit of an improvement. He was slightly compromised at the beginning of his lap with Bashaw so close to him. We're going to go brand new tyres, just the one flying lap. And now we just need to judge this right. Max is going out early. So is the Ferrari. Ah, damn it. All right, so Oscar's going to try and get a slipstream from the back of Max then. Oscar's going to get one from the back of, is it Russell? It is, so it's the quicker of the two Ferraris. That's good.
Focus on preparing for the start of the lap.
Yep. Good
concentrate on the tyre warm-up as best we can.
Whole grid's coming out. Just Perez left to come out. You watch him be a spoiler and come out in about half a minute's time, getting everybody's way. And Vershaw is trying to slipstream a Red Bull again. He's tucked up behind Leclerc this time. And now Russell makes his way out. I don't think Oscar's close enough. No, he's not. He's not close enough to Max. But I can't see anyone beating his time. Apart from possibly Schumacher.
So nobody ahead of you. Okay, so go one push. And track clear, track clear. Good to push next lap.
Max has really pushed hard on that opening lap. It's got quite a gap over Oscar. Mick is perfectly positioned here behind George. He's improved in the first. No improvement for Oscar, not that surprised. Running in clean air on his own like that. Very hard to improve on a slipstream lap when you're running in clean air. Yellow flag. Someone running wide. Gasly running wide. That's going to compromise his flying lap.
Oh no!
Wide at the second, Lesmo.
Fighting with the car, just a little perhaps.
Has he aborted his lap? I don't think he has.
The race is over.
He hasn't. He's still pushing. So this is going to potentially hurt or might even benefit Norris. Mick does take pole position by 7 thousandths of a second. Leclerc in third. Russell is fourth. Max is up to fifth. Gasly does not improve. Norris gets a little bit of an improvement, but stays behind Perez, who is still on a flying lap. Leclerc is coming up to the line now. Can Leclerc get closer? No, he can't. Vershaw jumps ahead of Magnussen. He found a little bit of an improvement, again, tucked up behind a Red Bull. What can Perez do? Can he get in front of Max? That would be glorious if he can. Might be asking a bit too much to find 3 tenths. And he found a 10th. So he'll stay 7th. But we have the front row lockout. Pole for Mick, second for Oscar by 7 thousandths of a second. 3.5 tenths back is Charles Leclerc in third, then George Russell, Max in fifth, Gasly sixth, Perez in seventh, then it's Norris, Vershaw, and Magnussen rounding out the top 10.
Tension continues to build here as race day begins.
Monza has seen some incredible moments in the past. Pierre Gasly's unexpected 2020 victory reminded us of how wonderfully unpredictable this sport can be.
How do you think Oscar Piastri is feeling as we get nearer to race time?
I think it's really great to see them performing at this level, well above what we'd expected. They must be feeling good.
Well, this is going to be one thrilling Italian Grand Prix, and we're nearly ready to kick things off. All 10 teams are now getting set up as the drivers prepare to face the 53 laps of the Italian Grand Prix. And for that man, Mick Schumacher, this could be an interesting race.
They've got a fantastic opportunity starting on pole, but can they carry it through to the end?
Right, let's get to it then. Here we go. It's the Italian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Do your best.
Copy.
Head down. We'll leave you to it.
Yeah, copy.
Take it easy here.
Yeah.
So slow.
Copy.
We need to focus on the energy now.
Copy.
Okay, mate. Let's try and protect the tyre.
Yeah, copy.
Just keep going. Let's go recharge properly.
Copy.
Avoid overtake, avoid overtake.
Copy.
Use energy now.
Copy.
Overtake is available.
Copy.
Just keep going. We're in a good place. Okay, so let's look after these tyres.
Okay, copy.
DRS enabled. Need to defend that. Let these guys go.
Yep.
Okay, can you hear me now? Hello, hello. was a little worried there. Evening, TLR Eclipse. How are you tonight?
Copy.
Need to focus on getting the pack up.
Copy.
See if we can focus on recharge, please.
Copy.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened there. I mean, my microphone wasn't muted. Maybe my headset disconnected the microphone. I'm not sure. I rebooted the headset. So I burnt the batteries out without realising because I was trying to figure out what was going on with the mic. But we'll get those recharged now. We're into tyre saving mode. We'll let Russell and Leclerc squabble. Welcome back, Victor. What was the score? Alright, we are just getting dropped. The turn off the Don't Fight teammate now. Right, let's go high overtakes.
Overtake and go, come on.
Copy.
Looking at anything too risky. But just enough to encourage them to actually make those moves. Okay, Oscar's going to move into the lead of Mick here. Hopefully Perez will not get us as well. Oscar's not quite close enough.
You've got energy.
Yeah.
Focus
There we
on
go.
bringing the pack back up.
Copy.
Recharge on.
So we're back into the train. Tyres are in excellent condition right now.
Okay, recharge on.
Copy.
Perez is currently the fastest car on track.
We can just focus on charging the pack. Copy.
So right now what I want to do is just keep these tyres nice and cool, keep the wear rate to a minimum, keep the pace up, which is why we're burning fuel, why we overfuel, so we could keep pushing the braking zones and help stay close and get these batteries recharged
Bring the pack up.
so that we can try and break away from the front runners
Recharge on, please recharge
in a
on.
few laps' time.
Copy.
Building up a nice, healthy advantage over the other soft runners. We've got a little bit of an advantage over the mediums, but I'd like it to be a bit more. I do want to try and undercut, despite the fact that we're tyre saving right now. I want to be able to push the tyres really hard for multiple laps to build the gap. Which is why I'm saving so aggressively right now. And if we can get a breakaway and then undercut, get onto those mediums and then protect the mediums, we should have track position and be in a position where we can just control the pace from the front. And if the opposition goes to hards, which I've got a feeling some of them are going to do, we'll definitely have a tyre advantage over them, and those on the mediums will have to push hard to close us up, and if we can keep them behind, they'll burn them out while we're still good. Have a game plan. Whether or not it's going to work or not is another matter. We've never quite been able to figure this circuit out with this team. So we came close last season, we came close the season before, but couldn't quite get there. I'm hopeful this year, with the state our car is in, will be the year we can finally win at Monza. Oscar's confidence is good right now, just dipping a little bit in terms of the gap though.
We need to focus on the energy now. Copy. And energy is available. Copy.
Let's go recharge on.
Copy.
And we're back in the train again. Although I did use more battery than I would have liked. This is what I like to see, the cars in front squabbling. Good when we're in a position like this where we're trying to save. It's bad when we're pushing and trying to find a way through. because when they side by side, it just blocks any way through. But like this is perfect. I think Perez just snuck into the DRS. Yes, he did. But he's got Max all over the back of him. And he's dropping now. And it's going to be close. Can he stay in range? Only just. Max is all over him. Right, Schumacher's battery is full.
Yep.
Let's go recharge off.
Copy.
Got a yellow flag. That's a Haas.
Crash ahead.
I think.
Still maybe debris. Keep an eye.
Oh no, it's not. It's Norris having a coming together with one of the Alpines. Couldn't see the number, so I'm not sure which one that was. Probably Albon.
Recharge off.
Copy.
No, it would have been Sainz if that was Norris. Albon's all the way down in 14th right now. Sainz gets the penalty. Mick is trying to find a way through. Oscar's battery now almost full as well. In fact, it is full. So now we can start thinking about moving forward. There is that tyre advantage. Let's get ready to make a move as Mick throws the car up the inside there.
Let's push, come on.
It's up to standard pace. And now we're going to go for it.
We need to push up, please. Okay, and let's cool the car.
Copy.
So let's cool the car now.
Copy.
Again, that's not good enough. Come on, Mick, get the move done.
Charge is good.
Copy.
Again, come on, Mick. Have I given any more thought to what team I'm going to lead next season? No, not yet. Still too early. It will be my own team. It's just a question of what I'm going to call the team, I think.
Use energy.
Copy.
Stream seems fine on my end, Baron. Oh, you mean in this? It'll probably be Ferrari. Because we haven't been with Ferrari before. And they do need to be resuscitated a bit.
Let's go recharge on, please.
Oscar diving up around the outside there at the second Lesmo, and is through and away.
Sweet. Good job.
Go for the fastest lap with Oscar here. If Oscar becomes the champ, no, we won't be taking him with us. Whoever we go to, we will be poaching Ollie.
Overtake is available.
Not sure who I'm going to partner him with. Maybe Hajar? Maybe Mick. Oh, safety car. Now this becomes interesting. It's going to give us too much fuel again, but speaking of Hajar, he's had a collision with Valtteri by the look of it. Looks like he's missing a bit of front wing. Max has been overtaken by Perez, and that's glorious. Could I stretch the mediums? I can. We are going to box. Is this going to hurt Oscar? He's going to have to stack up behind Mick.
And now we've had a crash.
So here's the replay. It was Bottas going around the outside. Valtteri's not happy.
And look at the team there. They all knew what that moment meant.
Wonder who is going to get the penalty for that. It's feeling it might be Valtteri. Oh, it's a red flag. Ooh. That changes things. Everyone's going to get new tyres, so maybe we have to go with the hards. Yeah, both of them are out.
Here we go, heading into turn one.
I'm frustrated by that red flag.
Oh, that's quite an impact between them. The teams will no doubt be very keen to establish the full extent of the damage. And not much.
I'm wondering whether I should go mediums to softs. I'm gonna go with the hards. If we lose some points in the pit stop challenge because no one pits, fair enough. But we've got to think about the win. I mean, it is slower, look, by 10 seconds.
We're set once more, and soon we'll continue this race. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Wish you could change that before the restart. It's a good start from both of our cars. We're back into first and second.
Copy.
It is a 5-second penalty for Bottas. I thought it might be. Sainz has not been able to serve his penalty because of the red flag. So he still has a 5-second penalty. Bottas will convert that to a 3-place penalty in Marina Bay. Leclerc did get back in front of Oscar, but we're still side by side. Can we complete the move? Going around the outside at the Lesmos. And have the inside line through Ascari. We've got the slipstream on Mick. We should slot through, and we do.
Let's look after his tyres.
Copy.
It would be nice to see the #1 plate on a Ferrari again. Yeah, it would, but I would feel also really rotten towards Oscar for, putting him into a team that was struggling, building him all the way up to the point where he wins the title, and then immediately plucking him out so he's got a 0 chance of being able to defend it. And I'd like to go up against the driver that we've created. I think moving Mick across as well, there would be that historical link of Schumacher at Ferrari. Behrman at Ferrari makes sense as he is their young protege at the moment. And it would be a chance to see Mick and Oscar go head-to-head properly. Completely gloves off. Of course, we'd have to spend at least 1 year trying to just rebuild the damage to the team. I'm guessing their facilities are in terrible condition.
Recharge on.
Copy.
But I do kind of like the idea of moving Mick over to Ferrari and having history repeat itself with a Schumacher going to Ferrari and rebuilding the team into title-winning ways again.
DRS is made.
So everyone did make the switch onto hards. There'll be no stops unless someone needs to make a stop later on in this Grand Prix. So it'll just arbitrarily allocate out teams points in the pit stop challenge. Hopefully we can be well represented in that, but we'll see. And again, I'm happy for either of our drivers to win here tonight, as long as one of them wins, and ideally we want the 1-2. Driver confidence will have been reset a little thanks to the red flag. Mick obviously has gained a bit of confidence with the overtake and the defence as well. Oscar getting past Leclerc. He's kept his confidence neutral. Actually, no, Oscar was first, wasn't he? I think. Or was he? I don't know. I don't know which of our drivers was ahead before the red flag. I think it was Mick. So maybe the confidence hasn't reset. Oh, there's a lunge from Leclerc. Had to back out of it. And he's still looking to be a bit of a threat. Wrong button. And you can see how our drivers are just boosting their confidence by overtaking each other. They gain so much from a successful overtake and lose so little now from being overtaken in comparison, that them swapping places like this will get them both into peak confidence. Oh, here's a risk. So Leclerc punches through. Oh wow, he's really looking after his tyres.
Keep pushing. Just think about looking after this time.
We're going to do the same then.
Just come back off a bit.
Yeah.
Just to put Leclerc into the lead. And they saw Mick only losing just a little bit of confidence, despite losing the position there. Still just in peak confidence. .123.0. What was the fastest lap that we set before the red flag? And 122.3. I get the feeling that's probably going to be safe. Am I taking all the staggering I have now to Ferrari? How do you mean by staggering? Stream is juddering. Just pausing for a. Hopefully it will calm down. All right. Let's restart. I did wonder if he meant staffing. I don't know. Probably not. I might take Mick's race engineer. I will leave Oscar his race engineer. See who he ends up with. In terms of the staffing, we'll still be bound by the same rules. The only difference will be we'll be breaking the driver rule to move Mick over to Ferrari. But the same rules as far as contracts will still be in place, so we'll have to honour contracts until the final year. And once we've moved Mick over, there'll be no more buying of existing drivers. It'll all be rookie drivers, you know, drivers who've only just made it into Formula One, you know, so drivers like Kajar or Porsche or Maloney or F2 talent to promote up. That's the plan anyway. All right, tyres back on the same level now as cars that we're fighting with. Mick thought about the move and then thought better of it. Got a yellow flag. Another incident at the first chicane. That is a Haas, I think, involved again. No, it's not. Is that? It's Zhou. I thought it was at Bottas again. It's not. Zhou and Ocon, and that's why I thought the Haas was involved, because there was a gap opening up between the Haas and the car in front. So both Mercedes are in the wars tonight. Zhou and Ocon now dropping to the back. Maloney's now 3 seconds behind Norris as a result of that. Stroll is still down in 16th place. And that's a racing incident, apparently. No penalties given. All right, will Mick make the move this lap? No, he won't. Let's get the batteries topped up.
Okay, let's go recharge on.
Magnussen gets past Sainz. Sainz immediately gets back past Magnussen in the braking zone. But they are side by side through Curva Grande. These two falling behind now, thanks to this little bit of squabbling. Perez has caught back up to Max. He had briefly dipped out of the DRS there. He's back in now. Max trying to find a way past Russell. Russell's well placed again. Same as he was in Zandvoort. 4th place again. Perez is having a decent race tonight as well. As Oscar's looking to make a move on Mick. Mick will have the inside line and hold him back. As long as Russell doesn't get the jump on us. Confidence has just been naturally degrading over time. These two need to start getting some actual overtakes in on each other again.
Okay, recharge on.
There we go, batteries are full. Looking at tyres, we do now have a slight advantage as Verstappen gets past George. George has got a really good slipstream. Max, though, with a better exit from the chicane and the inside line, and moves up into 4th place. Oscar still trying to get past Mick. And once again failing. Mick proving very stubborn here tonight. He's got a run. And that will put him into the lead. Might not keep it though. Leclerc will get the DRS on the main straight.
Overtake is available. Use everything.
Yep, copy.
Wow.
Oh, Leclerc got us again.
Head in the game.
Oscar's just going to swoop around the outside of both of them.
Focus on bringing the pack back up.
Copy. Sweet.
Good job.
What a move from Oscar, although he has immediately given the place back up again. And Mick sees an opportunity. These two really are fighting tooth and nail with each other tonight. Let's try again at the start of a new lap. See if we can break away from the pack a little bit now.
Get your head down, you can do this, come on.
Oscar's through. Is Mick going to follow him? He's going to try. Had to back out.
Lovely stuff.
Good job.
This is what I mean about it being so hard to break away on this track. Full push with Oscar, and we're still only half a second clear. And that gap's not getting any bigger, it's getting smaller. Here comes the DRS, which will give a big advantage. Now it's just a question of whether we can keep the pace up through the corners enough to break away before we run out of battery. That's what's going to decide whether or not we can do this and break clear. Counteract those long DRS straights and slipstream zones like Curva Grande. We've almost done it. Get the launch out of the chicane. Shaw and Giovinazzi swapping places. That's both Williams now into the top 10.
Recharge on. Okay, mate, let's try and protect the tyre. Back off now.
And that's put both Red Bulls together. Let's let these two squabble, slow each other down a bit.
Recharge on.
And hopefully we can start getting some slingshot overtakes on each other here. Both drivers in peak confidence, that will help.
Bring the pack up.
Max is through. He's going to push hard to try and close the gap. He's already inside a second. Ah, damn. This is what I mean about it being so hard to break away. By the time you've got the move done and you build the gap, you run out of battery and the teams behind just start pushing and immediately catch you. And Russell and Gasly are still in range as well. Well, Gasly just about. We are now out of spare fuel.
Big lift now. Need to focus on getting the pack up.
And the breakaway is gone. The Red Bulls caught us. Although it looks like we have managed to just about drop Gasly from the back of the train. So Russell's still hanging on. Gasly's just out of range at the moment. May as well go back to protecting the tyres again. Try again in a few laps' time. Evening, Fabrice.
Okay, so let's look after these tyres. Let's go recharge on.
10, separated by just 10 seconds. There's no way we could have made the 2-stop work here tonight. We wouldn't have been able to close the field quickly enough, with everyone getting slipstreams and DRS off each other.
Okay, recharge on.
At least we have enough raw speed that, and Max can't get past while we're harvesting if he doesn't have a slipstream in front as well while we're DRSing with the second car.
So recharge on. Recharge on.
Now you can see he pulls out, but because we've got the slipstream, he actually loses a little bit of ground. Our top speed and our top DRS really are potent weapons on this track.
Recharge on, good job, recharge on.
Ooh, Max just cutting across us there. That was brutal. He's going to have a look at the inside of Oscar here. Oscar's going to have the inside line through Parabolica and will get the DRS as well. And now we've got a chance for Mick to get past Max and retake first and second. Like so. A smattering of polite applause from the Tifosi there, obviously respecting our speed And the fact that we are based in Italy, but annoyed that we're not Ferrari. "15 laps to go." Batteries are in decent shape. Building up a little bit of extra fuel. Tyres are in good shape. Better than the cars behind us. That will help us when we try and push. Let's just top up the last of Max's battery, mixed battery. Gasly's back in this train. Perez 2 seconds behind, and then there's a big gap to Magnussen. Sainz gets back into the points ahead of Giovinazzi.
Let's recharge on.
Focus on bringing the pack back up.
Got to go back into top up because I don't want Max to try and jump us here through Curva Grande as well. And he's actually under pressure from Charles. Once again, that polite applause. Keeping the pace like this as well is giving Ferrari a chance. And it's keeping them with... Oh, no! No, no, no!
Yeah, I like that. Keep pushing.
God damn it. Major front wing damage. That's the worst possible outcome. This is, well, we were letting them fight. There was always a risk that this would happen. But that's just destroyed our race. We aren't going to win this one. Not even going to come close. We're going to give up so many points tonight.
All okay?
I don't know what just happened. Is my problem?
Something seems wrong.
Am I checking?
Oscar's tyres are destroyed. He's going to have to stack up behind Mick, who's changing a front wing.
Understood.
Well, at least we'll get top on the pit stops. I don't think anyone else has stopped. Yeah, no one else has stopped. It's not showing the wing change animation, but we did change this front wing.
All clear on the exit.
Very strange pit animations there.
To clear on exit.
Oh man, we are a long way off. What's that done to our driver confidence levels? Mix at base level. Oscar's a bit below.
Come on.
The one positive is we can be very, very quick on these tyres, but
Copy.
whether we can get into the points or not is another matter. We've got 12-ish 12 and a half laps to go.
We can just focus on charging the pack.
Yep, copy. As much full throttle as you can.
Copy.
No lift and coast required from our side at the moment.
Copy.
But that is the end of them fighting this season. It's the second time they've hit each other.
Overtake is available.
Copy.
Oh crap, Piastri's got a penalty.
Copy.
Yeah. Why did the penalty not disappear? I think because we set them to box before the penalty was awarded. It's an annoying little thing that if you schedule a pit stop before the penalty's awarded, I don't think, even if they get in the pits after the penalty's been awarded, then it doesn't get served. So yeah, that's crappy for Oscar. Oh god damn it, another fucking gearbox damaged. Alright, let's serve the penalty.
Box.
Copy. Box.
See if we can at least salvage something with Schumacher.
Can we do lift and coast?
Copy.
See if I can get him into the points to rescue that fastest lap. That's going to be a hell of an ask.
Let's look after these tyres.
Copy.
Mick is on fire right now.
Yeah, copy.
And recharge on, recharge on.
Copy.
Oscar, put lane.
Copy.
Penalty served, that was a 2.1 second stop.
Pit exit clear.
Mick pushed wide, almost onto the grass there, trying to get past Joe. We'll get the move done here though. And we'll retire Oscar's car. There's no point keeping him out there.
Box. We're going to retire the car.
So Ferrari are going to get on the podium tonight. question is which position? Monza hates me. Yeah, it does. I mean, you could argue I was inviting that to happen by letting them fight, but I mean, we've let them fight on a number of occasions this year. They have clipped each other once, but nothing serious. That was not good at all.
Okay, we'd like you to slow down, please.
Copy.
We sneak our way in past Ocon. Nowhere to go though, unfortunately. And we have to back out because we were boxed in.
Recharge on.
Copy.
Without contact, do you think I would have won the race? Oh yeah, I was easily on course to win the race tonight because we had a little bit of fuel in reserve. We had full batteries pretty much. We had tyres in better condition than the Red Bulls behind us. We could have sprinted with a few laps to go, opened up the gap to a point where they wouldn't be able to catch us in time. Fans are cheering now. Russell's into second place.
Let's pick our pace up, let's go.
Oh, that's a cheeky move from Ocon there.
So let's cool the car now.
Copy.
And this time we finally get past Ocon. We're not going to get the points. We're just too far behind. We're 20 seconds behind Norris right now. Well, 17 seconds, but that's an eternity with only 7 laps to go. 6.5 laps to go.
Recharge on, please, recharge on.
Peak confidence, a quick car, albeit slightly compromised with a damaged chassis. And that's the annoying thing as well. We had 2 new chassis tonight and both of them are gone. We've got more in production. Luckily we've got I think 2 weeks until Marina Bay.
Laps to go.
So we've got time to make all the parts we need to get the cars back up to top condition, but damage to another gearbox for Oscar.
Let's go recharge on. Let's go recharge on.
Russell is in the lead. Could Ferrari win their home race? Wow, that would be something.
on.
Perez is a distant 5th right now. We want George to win this. It'll be his 2nd win of the season, Ferrari's 2nd win of the season. Haven't won since the beginning of the season. I think they won Jeddah. Or was it Bahrain? I forget which one it was. Four laps to go. Leclerc moves into the lead. The tyre difference is so close it's negligible. Mick is hunting down Porsche. He's still, let's see, 13 seconds, 12.5 seconds behind Magnussen. Let's see, we're lapping nearly 2 seconds faster. It's not enough. Not enough. We need something to happen in front of us for Mick to get the points. That's a point. Sainz has got that penalty. So I'm 13.5 seconds behind Sainz. Maybe. Sainz will possibly have a little bit of damage as well, so we want him holding everybody up. He did a 1:23.1 on the last lap. He's coming round the parabolica now. Russell back into the lead. Sainz does a 1:23.1. Schumacher coming out of the parabolica. A 1:22.2. That's not quick enough.
Push up.
How you doing, Cloud? No, it's not looking good, is it? Yeah. Mick and Oscar entering the Nico Rosberg, Lewis Hamilton phase of Mercedes. They've worked so well last season, worked well this season up until today. There was a slight sign of a little bit of disharmony between the drivers earlier in the season, but didn't really affect us too badly. Tonight, though, it's ruined us. We've lost 44 points. Mick crashed into Oscar, and Oscar got the penalty. Oscar's taken gearbox damage as a result as well. There's part damage on both cars that's going to need to be fixed. Yeah, it's not good.
2 laps to go. Okay, good job. No more lift and coast required.
We're 11 seconds behind Sainz.
Need some more lift and coast, please. A bit more in each zone. Overtake is available. Okay, recharge on, recharge on.
Okay, let's cool the car.
Last lap.
Ten seconds behind Sainz. Unless we can magically make up 5 seconds this lap. Can George Russell win the Italian Grand Prix for Ferrari? If he can get up the inside into Parabolica. Don't think he's going to do it. It's going to be a podium for Ferrari. It's not going to be the top step. Leclerc wins from George Russell by just a tenth of a second.
DRS disabled, DRS disabled.
That's Leclerc. Charles Leclerc is today's winner.
And that, I think, is Leclerc's first win of the season.
And there it is. A win for Charles Leclerc.
Ferrari all over his gearbox at the end. Just couldn't find a way
A
through.
result like that absolutely speaks to all the hard work they've put into their career. Just phenomenal.
No more DRS.
Sainz in the end was 8 seconds ahead of us. So
Okay, that's the checkered flag.
that will drop Sainz down to 10th place. Sainz will just hang on for a point. He was far enough ahead of Albon. That's cost us money. It's cost us prize money. It's cost us with the sponsors. It's cost us money in terms of new parts. It's
That's
lost us a
really
lot of
miserable
points.
day for Oscar Piastri.
That'll be quite a blow having to cut their race short, but they'll be doing everything they can to come back stronger.
And the Monegasque driver certainly proved his worth with a terrific drive today.
And that's win number 1 of the season, and it's sure to provide them with a real confidence boost.
And that, right there, is a picture-perfect end to this weekend in Monza.
Maybe if you're Charles Leclerc, it's picture perfect. It's not picture perfect for me.
And down there in the Alpha Tauri garage, Karun, what would they be making of that race, do you think?
It was a strangely mixed weekend for them. We saw one driver put in a strong performance, but it was a different story for the other. Definitely positives there, though.
And with that, our time in Italy is done for another year.
Meet us next at the Marina Bay Circuit for a breathtaking race through the streets of Singapore.
So then, what a disaster. Charles Leclerc takes his first win of the season. George Russell gets the Ferrari into second place. Big points for Ferrari there, and with Perez finishing in 5th, that's a very big haul for them. Everyone in the top 5 gaining 2 places, thanks to our cars ejecting themselves from the points. Giovinazzi with a good race, up 9 places to finish in 6th. And if we look a little bit further down, there's Schumacher down 11 places, and Oscar a DNF. Obviously, Hajar and Bottas bringing out the red flag early in the race, which kind of scuppered our strategy a little bit. Not a good weekend at all. Sainz does manage to hang on by half a second over his teammate for the final point, despite that penalty. We look at the drivers' standings. Oscar is still top on 303 points. Max moves into second above Mick Schumacher by 4 points now. and is 77 points behind Oscar. Closing the gap a bit. Charles Leclerc closes the gap to Mick as well. It's still pretty big. It's 45 points. Russell in 5th gets some much needed points to pull him away from Gasly, who jumps above Stroll. Looking further down, Lando Norris with 6 points tonight stays in 8th. Another point for Sainz moves him a little bit further away from his teammate. Big points for Perez in 11th, gets him 9 clear of Magnussen and now just 3 behind Albon. Good points for for Giovinazzi, moving above Ocon and Hajar onto 22 points there. Some more points for Alfa Romeo as well. Richard Verschoor's 8th place, getting him 4 points there. And at the bottom, still both of the Mercedes drivers. AlphaTauri, 525 points, but no points scored this weekend. We do still have a commanding lead of 122 points over Red Bull, but they closed us by 40 tonight. So big point loss there. Big point loss. Aston in 3rd do stay ahead of Ferrari, but Ferrari have closed the gap. They are now just 9 points behind Aston. That fight for 3rd is hotting up. McLaren in 5th, no change for them, although they do stretch away a little bit from Alpine. That gap is now up to 9 points. Williams with another 10. They are comfortably clear of the fights below them now, but still a long way off Alpine. Alfa Romeo move above Haas by 2 with their 4 points from Verschoor tonight, and Mercedes still rock bottom. In terms of the fastest pit stops, we were the only the only team to set any pit stops tonight because of the red flag. So we do win that comfortably. Ferrari take 3rd and 4th, McLaren 5th and 6th, Red Bull are allocated 7th and 8th, Mercedes in 9th and 10th. So we are going to get some monster points over Red Bull tonight. And you see we outscored them by 33. The gap is now 101 points in the pit stop competition. It is very much looking like it's ours again this year. Let's see, Ferrari, decent haul of points, 238. They've got a nice, healthy, comfortable little lead over McLaren of 97 points now. Mercedes do move 1 point clear of Alpine. And no change anywhere else. Still no points for Alfa Romeo or Haas. And there are our 2 stops. A 7.5 for Mick, having that wing change, a 2.1 and a 2.1 for Oscar. Let's see, 14 successful overtakes, 32 failed, 1 spectacularly. 8 successful overtakes, 18 failed there. Good defending numbers from Oscar, good defending numbers from Mick, but yeah, not a great weekend for us. We do get some more experience for Ollie, so that helps with his development, and we'll be taking him with us wherever we go next year, which will probably be Ferrari. As far as the sponsors go, well, we actually made a profit, which I wasn't expecting. We got the finish position streak somehow. Not quite sure how. That must have glitched us that. We got the fastest lap, even though we didn't get the point for it. The quali position we got done. Performance guarantees, we didn't get the finish position guarantee of 2 in the top 4. Didn't even get 1 in the top 10. We got both cars in Q2 and Q3, so we end up with 4.3 million tonight. That's good, because we've got a very expensive rebuild coming up. Spare rear wing is done. Spare suspension is done, which is immediately going to go onto a car, I think. Let's see. What did the board make of that? Disappointed. Yeah. Every time I see that, I can't help but hear evil Hercules going, disappointed, in my head. Yeah, very disappointed tonight. Let's replace the missing parts. So those brand new chassis gone already, and they're worth quite a significant bit of speed on nothing at all. We'll have to put the old ones on until we've got new ones available again. Yeah, you can see luckily there's not a massive drop in performance going back to the older chassis. Need to change an underfloor. There we go. And another underfloor needs to be changed. There we go. So we've got no spare underfloors. And at least I do now have a suspension spare. That's good, something. So we don't have to worry about replacing those. What is in development right now? A front wing and an underfloor. I don't think those underfloors will last, but we'll hold off making those for now, just in case they do. Front wings are also a way off. I've got one spare. I'll make one more spare just to be on the safe side. Chassis. I need to get more chassis into production. They are already in production. So we're just going to have to increase the number that we're building. I've got 4 more in production already. Okay, so I was going to build 6 to last the rest of the season. I'm probably going to have to build another 2 later in the season, but we'll hang on to what we've got for now, which is 4 coming. We will have those chassis back on the car in time for Singapore, just. But yeah, I was hoping to have 2 spares by then. Not ideal at all. What else is low? There was maybe another side pod. Probably better do another suspension as well. There we go. So we've got 4.8 mil left. We'll hang on to that for now. Let's check our facilities. The CFD simulator is still 18 days away from being complete, but that's good. That'll pop just in time for the next round of research/development that's coming up. Wind tunnel is still 3 months away. Everything else is looking okay. Design center will need probably a refurb before the end of the year. Team hub and race sim are okay, but again we'll need a refurb later in the year. And these are getting their refurbs right now. Everything else is okay. Memorabilia room's got an event going on. So we prayed for a win, and the gods said, "No, you are not Ferrari. We ignore your pleas." Werner takes the podium in the F3 race tonight. And he takes the win, even ahead of Safia Ahmad and Tyler Barnard. It's Gabriel Bortoletto in the F2 race, ahead of Nicholas Solov and Willie Nagel. And that is the end of the month. So, a point in reactions for Mick over the last month, and a point in accuracy for Oscar. Boards still have high confidence overall, which is good. Finances are okay. Have a look at our cost cap remaining. We've got 14 million left to play about with for the rest of the year. Haas upgraded their weather sensor. And they're also complaining as well that they're not where they are. Oh, well, they're 9th in the constructors. They do need to improve a little bit. The drivers aren't the greatest at the moment. With better drivers, maybe they would be a little bit further up, but not by much, I don't think. Car performance, looks pretty good. But, yeah, could definitely do with a little bit of a boost. And let's finish off by getting our pit crew training done for the next month. So, looking at the fatigue levels, we want a bit of car building focus and gym training. Excellent stuff. And then we'll get to the prep for Suzuka. Get a day of training in there. Really want to improve our car building this season. But not at the detriment of our pit training. And there we go. That's how we'll finish the month off. We'll gain a little bit of time on the pit crew training, or pit stops. Our stats will still improve by a point, as you can see. We'll get 3 more points in car building and gain 2.5% in that. So not a bad month. Still at less than 6.5% chance of a mistake. And that is it for tonight. A horrible result. Really didn't do us any favours whatsoever. I think we're going to probably stop them from fighting for the rest of the season now, or just throw our attention to Oscar, make sure that he wins the title, make sure that we don't take each other out so that we can win the Constructors' Championship, and leave AlphaTauri on a high at the end of the season. Ferrari are in 4th. They're our probable destination. If we had more time, I might have considered Mercedes, but we have already done 2 seasons with Mercedes before, and we've never gone Ferrari on this channel, so it would be quite nice. Well, we did briefly in the first game, but not for very long. It would be nice to have a proper run and resurrect Ferrari back up to the top of the championship. And also see if we can get a Schumacher to win in a Ferrari. Plus, we'll be poaching Ollie Behrman wherever we go and putting him in one of the seats. So it'd be cool to have a young F2 rookie finally getting some time in the car proper. Yeah, I'm just a little deflated. I was really hoping that we'd finally get that Monza win tonight. Didn't happen, but if we can get a Monza win with Ferrari, that will be all the more special. That we weren't able to do it with AlphaTauri, but were able to do it at Ferrari's home circuit. So something still to aspire to, I suppose. Tomorrow we'll be heading to Singapore for quite a long race. It's one that is definitely fraught with the potential for safety cars, red flags. Could be a long race. Not sure how we're going to play it just yet, but we'll see how we do in qualifying, I suppose. I'll be back at the usual time of 8 p.m. as always. Until then, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with more F1 Manager very soon.